Today I'll be showing you 3 specific changes my most satisfied retired clients have made before they turn 60. Over my many years of working with retirees, I've observed how these 3 pivotal shifts consistently lead to a more fulfilling retirement, regardless of the amount of money that you have saved. That's exactly why I'm making this video for you today, to share you these 3 critical changes that my happiest clients have made before they turn 60. So let's get right into it today. Retirement is meant to be carefree and a relaxing time of your life. But for many, it's the exact opposite. And why is that? What exactly keeps people from having a happy retirement? What keeps them up at night? Why can't people simply enjoy life after they've left the workforce? You see, for my many years of working with clients, I found that there's several main reasons for this. The first big glaring one that I talk about in my book, The Red Zone Retirement Plan, is people focus on more what they're retiring from, not what they're retiring to. You see, people think, oh, I don't like my boss, I don't like my job, I need to get out of the rat race. They just think about what they're getting away from. They don't spend any time focusing on what they're going to retire to. What are you going to be doing with all of your time in retirement? Who are you going to add value to? How are you going to have a purpose in retirement? That's a very important thing for you to understand, and we uncover that through our planning process. Most retirees, all they think about is growing their savings and their investments without really having a strategy. And I have an example for you later in this video that you're going to want to hear of some clients that I helped through this process. Through our Red Zone retirement planning process, we address all areas of your financial life and any concerns that you have in order to put a comprehensive plan in place to help you solve really what your lifestyle is going to look like, not only when you do retire, but through your retirement. You see, retirement's more about your account balances that you're going to have. It's about how are you going to find a purpose in retirement? What is your income going to look in retirement? And most importantly, what is your legacy going to look like in retirement? You see, without proper planning across all of these areas, even if you do have millions of dollars saved, it's not going to guarantee that you have a happy retirement. Money does not equal happiness in your retirement. Through our Red Zone retirement planning process, we focus on your values and your visions. And then we help you create a purpose for your retirement, weaving in what your lifestyle is going to look like. And most importantly, like I said, we help you plan for your legacy. Through our Red Zone retirement planning process, we plan for your whole retirement, not just the money part of your retirement. Most people treat retirement planning like my family treats a family trip. We just kind of go on the trip and we figure it out as we go. Sometimes it turns out great. Sometimes it doesn't turn out so great. But these family trips that we take are usually 2 to 3 days at the most. But your retirement, that's no way to treat your retirement. You only have one chance to retire, and make sure you do it right. We can help you with that through our process. There's a lot of common misconceptions that hold people back from living their best life in retirement. And what I've found is that a lot of these misconceptions come around for people that you're surrounding yourself with. So if the people that you're surrounding yourself with don't plan for their vision in retirement, don't plan for their purpose in retirement, they don't know what their values are, chances are you probably haven't thought about it either. So let me help you out with that. Here's some other common misconceptions that I find people have. They think that, hey, if I have this big, massive 401k account, it'll take care of all my retirement needs. Well, a lot of times that's completely false. If you do have all of your money in a 401k account in the market, you can have what's called sequence of return risk. And I've talked about this at extent on my videos. Some other people think that, my retirement planning, that'll wait till I get there. I'll figure out my retirement when I get there. Again, that is totally wrong. The earlier you plan, the more little changes that we can make to really lead to a more fulfilling retirement. Not only from a money aspect, but really from a lifestyle aspect too. My goal with my clients is to never have you work a day longer than you have to. And we can't do that unless we start planning early. Other people think that, hey, having this large investment account, this large 401k, other outside assets, it means that I'm fully prepared. Oftentimes, that's quite the opposite. The more money that you do have, the more problems that can come up, from large taxes to increased Medicare premiums because your income's so high. More money creates more problems, and if you don't plan, it can be disastrous for your retirement. And then the last thing kind of ties into that as well. A lot of people think, hey, I'll figure out retirement taxes when I get there. I'm going to worry about any tax law changes that happen when I get there. Again, that's totally false. If you can make some of these little changes like doing Roth conversions or Roth contributions earlier before you do retire, that can make a huge difference in your tax situation when you eventually retire. Now that you understand how these retirement planning gaps might be affecting you right now, you need to realize that this goes way beyond just having your money in the right place or having a large savings account. It's about creating a complete strategy that protects and maximizes your retirement through our Red Zone retirement planning process. And even though videos like this one right now are great for understanding retirement concepts, what's most important is knowing how these strategies and concepts apply to your specific situation. That's exactly why I've created a complimentary retirement questionnaire. Once you complete it, I'll personally send you a video showing you exactly how you can optimize your retirement plan. Just click the link below, fill it out, and I will get you that questionnaire filled out and returned to you with a comprehensive analysis within 3 days. Just check out the link below. Now back to the video. Now that you know what some common misbeliefs are, let's dig into the mistakes that are made because of these misbeliefs. These misconceptions, they can really impact and really severely impact your retirement if you don't get things figured out early. Making critical decisions without understanding tax implications can cause you to pay more taxes than necessary in retirement. That can lead to increased Medicare premiums in retirement as well, and really lead to less cash flow that you have to work with because of these higher taxes that you're going to be paying. If you miss opportunities to properly structure your retirement accounts, so say you're having too much aggressive, too much conservative, doing pre-tax instead of post-tax. If you don't structure these things properly early enough before there's a market downturn, that can also leave you broke in retirement. And really, if you wait too long and you discover that your retirement planning strategy has gaps in it, like not enough income, no long-term care protection, everything's pre-tax and your tax rates are too high, this can not only leave you at risk, but your spouse at risk as well. We don't want that. You have to address all of these areas when you're taking your retirement planning strategy into account. You have to address these choices one by one because your retirement preparedness depends on it. These changes are so powerful because it really helps you shape the view of your retirement. So through our process, we help you create those visions and the value statements. And that really changed not only how you view retirement, but how we're going to get you to and through retirement as well. In short, a lot of our clients find the process transformational. You see, traditional retirement approaches, they really just talk about money. Where's the money invested? What kind of rate of return are you getting? But through our planning structure, through our Red Zone retirement planning process structure, we really help you create income streams for your entire life. We believe in structuring multiple accounts for different needs that you're going to have in retirement, such as guarantees, income, liquidity, and growth. No one account can accomplish all of those things for you in your retirement. That's why it's very important that you structure these accounts that we create one by one, specifically to your specific situation. Implementing these changes, it creates a retirement that is really bulletproof once we've done our work. And it can oftentimes, if we do things right and I catch you at the right time, it can provide you with more income than you had during your working years, depending on how much you've saved. So now that you've seen why these changes are so critical, let me show you how one couple that I work with transformed their retirement by implementing these. So I've changed their name. Let's call them Larry and Deb. So Larry and Deb came to us and they had substantial assets, but they really had no spending strategy in place and no vision for their retirement. They really had no purpose. So they had all this money, all of these assets, great long-term care insurance, great life insurance, great Social Security benefits, and a pension, but they had no idea what they were doing. And they were really concerned about mismanaging things because they were looking at this RMD that they were going to have to start in about 5 years. So they had really no clear framework about what their retirement plan looked like. And so here, through our Red Zone retirement planning process, we really helped them first off create a vision for their retirement and create purpose for them. What were they going to be doing? Who was it going to be with? What was their time going to be spent? Was it traveling? Was it helping out friends and family? Was it volunteering? And what we did for them is we created our different retirement accounts. So we helped them get guaranteed income for their entire life, covering their basic expenses, just like we always talk about. And then we helped them strategically invest their assets based upon when they were going to need to spend the money. And we also helped them create a legacy bucket that was meant to leave on to the next generation. In fact, this specific client was getting about 20% more income in retirement than they were in their working years because we planned so well for these clients. So how did these changes that we helped them do really transform their retirement? Well, first off, We created a structured income plan for them. Like I said, they're now getting more income in retirement than they were while they were working. We also built in a Roth conversion strategy for them. So we optimized their retirement withdrawals by strategically doing Roth conversions to lower their future taxes when those RMDs were hitting. In addition to that, we showed them that their plan was bulletproof. They had lifetime income covering their basic needs. Their income was increasing by 3% each and every year. Their portfolio was guaranteed for the next 5 years of income. And then we also created that legacy bucket that was aggressive, that was going to be passed on the next generation, hopefully 30 years from now. They had great long-term care insurance that was going to protect them if they went in a nursing home. And additionally, they had life insurance that was already paid up that would provide more than enough death benefit to provide for that final expenses. These clients, once we put our plan in place, you could just see on their faces that they were relieved. They were relieved that they didn't have to worry about their income. They were relieved that they didn't have to worry about market risk. All they had to worry about was getting that next paycheck that was coming into their bank in 2 weeks. And what they had to worry about is how they're going to schedule their activities for the next 12 months, where they're going to be traveling to, what grandkids events were they going to do, where were they going to spend their winter months, somewhere warm. That's all they had to worry about because everything else was taken care of. They were able to live a stress-free retirement because through our Red Zone retirement planning process, we addressed each and every concern that they possibly have. So now that you've seen how these critical changes can transform your retirement journey, I want you to take the next step. What inspires me the most about my practice is watching how these strategic shifts that I make with clients can lead to a more fulfilling retirement. Just like the story I just told you, you could see the relief in these clients' faces. I want you to experience that too. Through my years of working with pre-retirees, I've discovered that the happiest retirees just aren't the ones who spend the most money. They're the ones who made these thoughtful adjustments before leaving the workforce. The most rewarding part of my job is seeing how these changes can help protect a transition into retirement and give you a confident retirement instead of constantly worried about, am I going to be okay? What happens if I go to the nursing home? What happens if I pass away? What happens if there's a market downturn? We address all of those concerns through our process. That's exactly why I've created the comprehensive retirement questionnaire that you can find below. Once you fill it out, I'll send you over that personalized video giving you the best advice to optimize your retirement plan for the future. Again, just click the link below, fill it out, and I'll get back to you within several days with my advice. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. This podcast is for educational purposes only and may include references to concepts that have legal and or tax implications. It's not to be construed as legal or tax advice. Such information or opinions is subject to change without notice and is not intended to use as an offer or solicitation with respect to the purchase or sale of any security, insurance products, or offer of individual investment advice. Any strategies discussed may not be suitable for everyone. Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc. does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your appropriate professional regarding your personal situation prior to making any financial decisions. Securities and advisory services offered through Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Riser Insurance is not affiliated with Mutual of Omaha Investor Services. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Diversification does not guarantee a profit or protection lost against loss in a declining market. Purchase of life insurance is subject to meeting underwriting requirements. There is no guarantee of an individual will be insured. Annuities are long-term investments designed for retirement purposes. Withdrawals of taxable amounts are subject to income tax, and if taken prior to 59.5, a 10% federal penalty tax may apply. Guarantees are backed by the claims paying ability of the issuer and are subject to their terms and conditions.